Power sharing is always desirable as it lessens conflicts, ensures stability and unity, and enhances citizens' participation. There are two major reasons that make power sharing in a democracy desirable. These are prudential and moral. The first reason of power sharing is prudential, where the constancy of political order is increased by reducing the clashes between social groups. For example, as we studied in the earlier module, Belgium prudently applied the policy of accommodation to ensure stability amongst various culture groups. Did you know that the violent crisis that had paralyzed the African country of Zimbabwe in recent years was brought to an end by a prudent power-sharing deal between the president of the country and his political rivals? They formed a coalition to bring an end to the crisis. The second reason is moral, which emphasizes that the very act of power-sharing is valuable. It forms the basis of democracy. In a democracy, power sharing is important not only to those on whom it is exercised, but also to those who exercise it. Under moral power sharing, the government becomes legitimate, responsive, and responsible towards the people, as they are the source of political power. Power sharing can take many forms, but there are four most common ones. The first is the power sharing among different organs of government, such as the legislature, executive, and judiciary. This is called the horizontal distribution of power. Each organ, which holds parallel positions, checks the other, resulting in a balance of power among different institutions. This is also called a system of checks and balances. Power sharing in governments can also be at different levels. This can be national, state, or regional government. It can also be a self-governing body like the panchayats in rural areas and municipalities in urban areas. This higher and lower division of power is also called the vertical division of power. Power sharing in India is not limited to the government, but also present among different social groups, including linguistic and religious groups. In our country, many alienated groups are given reservations in the government. Under these reservations, minority and socially weaker sections are accommodated. Women are also represented accordingly. The reserved constituencies in India is an example of this form. Power sharing is also common among political parties, pressure groups, and movements. When a party fails to get a majority in the legislature, different parties come together to form a coalition government and share power. The UPA government elected in 2009, headed by Dr. Manmohan Singh, was a result of a coalition of different political parties. In addition, pressure and interest groups, directly or indirectly, influence the government in the decision-making process. Traders, farmers, and industrial workers also can form special interest groups. They have a share in the power by participating in governmental committees or affecting policies through movements.